the home of the Cavaliers here in Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And right now, the Rockets, they'd like to start this road trip off on a positive note. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
And you have to view this as an opportunity. Oftentimes on those short road trips, you really want to take care of your business, show you can win those games on the road, and keep that momentum.
And Greg, if they can get a win tonight, they might start to think, hey, it's a short trip. Why don't we see if we can run the table? It's not out of the realm of possibility, and that mindset can be productive in trying to run the table.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together, and it's Terry in the one. Poke loose. Thompson outside. That's a two from Dellavedova. It's rebounded by Houston. Fresh from a win against Portland.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Side out. Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Now, here is Harden. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Howard dishes to Harden. Screen by Howard. Off the screen. No good off the back of the rim. The Cavaliers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And the dunk by Smith.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
Hey, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Harden kicks to Howard. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. Houston shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Varejão's checked in. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. And, of course, the Cavaliers tied up with them. No good on that one. The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26 and 15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Love comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Cunningham in for Matthew Dellavedova.
And I do remember that Mexico City game last year for the Rockets. A huge turnout for them. It felt like they were the crowd favorites. Still, you can't take anything away from their road performances last season.
And, you know, you think about the Rockets, as you mentioned. I mean, one reason they were so good on the road is their offense didn't miss a beat when they left Houston. When you can get to the line as much as they did, you remain consistent on the road.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. High post shot. And it's rebounded by Anderson Varejão.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Smith kicks to James. No one near him. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by Howard. It's Harden with the drive. Shot's good. Harden's got his second bucket.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
They grab their own miss. The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
The free throw off from J.R. Smith.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. It goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Harden. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots. And James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao. Jefferson comes in for James. Harris is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Jared Cunningham. Howard. Power down with both hands.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just the take no chance slam by the big fella.
And so it's Houston with it, following the score by Cleveland. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the two meetings.
Yeah, and you know, they weren't used to seeing a team and not getting at least one win off of them last year, and that's what they're looking for now. You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
He doesn't get the second one. Here's Harris. No good trying to be. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets ahead, up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. So on the floor for Houston, Terry and Harden are the 1 and 2. Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward, and it's Howard in at the center position.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
And it's sent back by Howard. Harden the pass to Ariza. And he goes in for the dunk.
Great unspoken communication between teammates, leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Ariza brings the double. Here's Love. Rockets with the rebound. Jones has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not part, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
And we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Rejected by Harris. Jones dishes to Howard. Another shot. Harris against Harden. Here's Jefferson. No luck. Good D by Ariza.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And there's the call on Jefferson. That is his first foul of the game. Howard setting the pick for Terry. Now the feed to Howard.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Three-pointer, Dellavedova. But he gets it back. Outside Jefferson. From the arc. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. The Rockets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, and he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and 3-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
Now a timeout called by Houston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
It's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers.